It was 1:03 a.m. in Boston, the kind of night where even the rats were wearing scarves and running for shelter. Snow was pelting down like tiny fists from an angry sky. And there she was, Ameera Johnson, standing in the middle of her in-laws' marble driveway with nothing but a threadbare coat, a plastic grocery bag of cloves, and tears that froze before they hit her cheeks. Her husband, Malik, had slammed the door so hard it echoed across the silent, frosty street. "This is not your home anymore," he had said, jaw tight, his voice colder than the weather. And just like that, the woman who had once cooked 3 meals a day for a family of 6, washed their underwear like Cinderella without mice, and smiled through insults that would make a therapist cry, was tossed out like week-old takeout. What was her crime? She said she was tired. Tired of being treated like a housemaid with a wedding ring. Tired of being called barren when it was Malik's sperm doing the Harlem Shake. Tired of his sister, Naima, borrowing her makeup and calling her basic. Tired of his mother, who referred to her as the help we didn't have to pay. Ameera stood in the freezing cold and dialed the one number she knew would answer, no matter the hour. "Bree, I'm outside. Can you come get me?" There was no need for explanations. 15 minutes later, a silver Toyota Corolla skidded to a halt in front of her. Brielle jumped out, bonnet askew, wearing bunny slippers and a hoodie that said unbothered, moisturized, thriving. "Girl, you're lucky I love you like a sister," she said, pulling Ameera into the warm car. "Now tell me who I gotta fight." The night before. You know what's ironic? The night before she was kicked out, Ameera, bored and a little tipsy on discount Moscato, had bought a single lottery ticket online. One line. Quick pick. $800 million jackpot. She laughed when she pressed submit. "Wouldn't that be a twist?" she had muttered, tossing her phone on the bed like she was in a dramatic indie film. The next morning. "Girl, wake up." "Wake up." Ameera blinked. Her bonnet was askew, her face swollen from a night of crying, but Brielle was shaking her like a maraca. "You need to sit up and thank sweet black Jesus. You won." "Won what?" "The lottery. You won the damn lottery. $800 million. Your name is literally in every newspaper and news site. Sis, you're the richest woman in Massachusetts right now. Forget soft life. You're entering platinum life." Ameera sat up slowly, the kind of slow that only happens when your brain short-circuits. Her phone was buzzing nonstop, calls from numbers she didn't know, texts from people she hadn't spoken to since high school. Her inbox looked like Beyoncé's on album drop day. Her family, suddenly around. By noon, her mother, who had called her useless just last week, was at Brielle's apartment, smiling with fake teeth and a casserole dish. "My baby girl," she sang. "We were just talking about how blessed you are. God's favor is on your life." "You mean the same baby girl who you said brought shame on the family?" "That was old me. I'm renewed now. And listen, your brother DeAndre needs a small business loan." Then came her dad, who hadn't picked her calls in months, hugging her like he had just returned from war. "Family is everything, Ameera. That's why we gotta stick together through thick and thicker." She raised an eyebrow. "You mean now that I'm thick in bank account?" Her sister-in-law dropped off her 3 kids unannounced, saying, "I figured Auntie Moneybags wanted to bond with her nephews." Ameera looked at Brielle. "Do I look like a daycare?" 3 days later, Malik showed up. In a tuxedo. With roses. And a photographer. "My queen," he said, kneeling like this was a Tyler Perry redemption scene. "I was wrong. So wrong. But God brought you back to me. Let's build our empire." "You mean my empire?" "Don't be petty, Ameera. You always had a small heart when it came to forgiveness." His mother, who once said Ameera's food tasted like washed ambition, appeared next. This time, she called her my beautiful, intelligent daughter-in-love. His father offered to manage her winnings and help invest. Even Naima, who once locked Ameera out of the guest room so her dog could sleep peacefully, offered a heartfelt Instagram caption. "True queens rise. Congrats to my fave sis-in-law, 2 hearts, #blessed, #family over everything, #lottery queen." But Ameera wasn't playing nice anymore. She invited them all to a family dinner at a fancy restaurant in downtown Boston. They came dressed like they were attending the Met Gala. They ordered wine like it was water, laughed too loud, praised her too much. She waited till dessert. Then she cleared her throat. I just wanted to thank you all for showing your true colors. You treated me like a slave in your home. Malik, you threw me out into the freezing cold like I was trash. And now that I'm wealthy, you want me back. She stood. Well, I've got news for you. I'm not the same woman you mistreated. I've hired lawyers, therapists, and stylists. My heart is in escrow. My forgiveness comes with a wait list. And I'm not funding anyone's lifestyle but my own. She dropped a black Amex on the table. This one's on me, first and last. Then she turned and walked out, her heels clicking like thunder. A few days later, Amira bought a townhouse overlooking the Charles River. Brielle moved in rent-free because loyalty doesn't expire. Together, they built a nonprofit helping women escape toxic marriages and families. Her family tried everything: fake hospital bills, guilt trips, even a sudden family reunion barbecue. But Amira had found peace, purpose, and a spine of steel. When it comes to Malik, last anyone heard, he was working as a manager at a car dealership in Quincy, telling coworkers he once had it all. Amira never responded. She was too busy sipping champagne on the Amalfi Coast, her phone set to Do Not Disturb.